I'm Alan Spears with Occupy Democrats, and President Biden just absolutely eviscerated Donald Trump as he joined Vice President Kamala Harris on the campaign trail earlier today. Over the past few weeks, we have seen Democrats come together in a way that I previously wasn't entirely sure we would ever see again. The overwhelming sense of joy and optimism that both Harris and Walz have cultivated and only continue to grow has done wonders for the morality of this country, not just for Democrats, but frankly Republicans, independents, and undecided voters as well. This played out rhetoric of hatred and bigotry and fear-mongering that Trump and his campaign rely on seemingly has worn itself out. People are beginning to reject that, even within Republican ranks. Seeing Harris and Walz blaze through battleground states and cultivate more and more votes, with each national poll showing them more and more further ahead, it is invigorating, an excitement, and quite frankly, a relief. Now, with all of this campaigning and the election just a few short months away, it's easy to forget or sometimes overlook the fact that President Biden is still at the wheel, as it were, and is still leading this country into greatness. Earlier today, President Biden decided to take a few moments away from the White House and actually joined Harris on the campaign trail via Marine One, which, fun fact, is the official helicopter of the president. I didn't know that until earlier today. I knew Air Force One, but there's also Marine One. Fun fact. Now, prior to departing the White House aboard Marine One, President Biden was asked a number of different questions by reporters, and his responses were fantastic. Seeing President Biden officially kind of done knowing that he's not going for re-election, he is not holding back or pulling punches. So in this first clip I want to show you, just take a look and see for yourself President Biden's remarks about Donald Trump.
Mr. Trump says he wants to make America affordable again. Your response?
So you ought to get a job.
I absolutely love seeing President Biden holding back zero punches and just absolutely laying into Donald Trump, but he didn't stop there. Now, this second clip is from Biden actually speaking at the rally with Harris, and he continued to lay into Trump.
The guy we're running against, what's his name? Donald Dump or Donald whatever. They want to get rid of this, what we passed. They're fighting to get rid of what we've just passed. No, I'm serious.
It's important to remember, too, that President Biden has served this country incredibly well for the past 4 years, and this was demonstrated by the unbelievable enthusiasm and response when Harris mentioned President Biden's service in this next clip. Take a look.
Leaders in our nation have done more on so many issues, including to expand access to affordable health care than Joe Biden. And today we take the next step, thank you, Joe, forward in our fight.
Now, while there are a number of different policies and pieces of legislation that both Biden and Harris support and endorse or are opposed to, perhaps the elephant in the room, as it were, is Project 2025. If you somehow aren't familiar with Project 2025 at this point, I highly recommend you educate yourself, go out there and read the document itself as well as the various analyses out there. It's an insanely dangerous outline. Now, obviously, Biden and Harris are both incredibly opposed to Project 2025. It is un-American. In this upcoming clip, though, you're going to see President Biden address Project 2025 and his thoughts as to what the Democrats should be doing to counteract this villainous plan.
Get this. You may have heard about the MAGA Republican Project 2025 plan. They want to repeal Medicare's power to negotiate drug prices. Let Big Pharma back to charging whatever they want. Let me tell you what our Project 2025 is. Beat the hell out of them. I mean it.
Honestly, if we could just pay President Biden once he leaves the White House as president to just hang around and take down Republicans like this whenever they try to bring up some ridiculous project like 2025, that would be worth the money. I would happily pay more taxes for that. In all seriousness, though, President Biden is dead on. Democrats must absolutely beat the hell out of Republicans come this November. There is no question about it. No matter what Donald Trump might say publicly, he is, of course, lying. He knows exactly what Project 2025 is. He knows exactly the intentions of the Heritage Foundation and their leader, Kevin Roberts. That is why it is so incredibly important for you to vote, and why we need leaders like Kamala Harris, like Tim Walz, like President Joe Biden to stand in the way and against these insane Republicans who want to push their ideologies on all of us.